What's going on, guys? My name is Bernhardine, and I'm going to show you guys how I animate with Microsoft Paint. Of course, there are a lot of better animation softwares out there. I really like to use Microsoft Paint though, and I feel like it's a good tool for beginners, and I feel like there's a lot of easy tools to use, and it's pretty straightforward. Now, right now, I'm drawing the first frame of my animation. What it's going to be is a cat just with its ears going flat, getting angry, and like growling. How I'm going to do this is I'm going to animate the first frame, or just how this is going to work is I'm going to draw the first frame. Then I'm going to draw the last frame so that I know exactly where to draw next. Because if you just animate one frame after another, it gets a little bit tedious and the animation isn't as good. So you want to animate the first and last frame. Then you want to go in the middle. Now, I'm going to follow the 12 principles of animation. If you don't know what they are, please watch the video. It's not one of mine, but I'll leave a link down in the description so you can get a good idea of what the 12 principles of animation are. Now, I'm gonna be like one of the 12 principles of animation is you wanna have some sort of movement before the actual action. So, for instance, if I wanted a cat to lift its head, I would want it to bring its head down first and then lift it up, because that sort of movement before the action is what really creates a nice, smooth looking animation, I guess. Um, it's also more pleasing to the eye and it just looks better in general. So that's what I'm gonna do. The in between frame I'm gonna draw is the cat's going to lift its head up and its ears are going to move up even more, and then its ears are gonna go down and it's gonna growl. Um, so yeah, now I'm gonna start drawing the in-between frames, and how you want to do this is you want to take one frame. This is how I do it in Microsoft Paint. There are better ways in other programs. You can use onion skins if that's your thing. But with Paint, what I do is I take one frame and I just copy it, and then I go to my other frame and I just make sure one frame is a different color. So I color one frame like greenish or like reddish, and then and don't make it too visible because you want to be drawing in between. So then you just paste the other frame on top, and then you just make sure you don't even have to worry about drawing a real cat. You don't need to worry about that anymore because now the lines are perfectly lined up and you can just easily draw just a line in between every other line. So you just draw in between, and in betweening is so easy if you do it like this, guys. If you have your first frame, paste it on top of your last frame, and you just draw in between. And the more in betweens you do, the better the animation is gonna look. And in betweening can be really tedious and really annoying, but at times I actually love um, doing the in between frames more than the actual like animation, the actual first and last frames, because it's relaxing. You don't actually need to think. You don't necessarily have to worry because it's just an in between frame, which will not really be seen unless it's like a lot different from your other frames. But it should be similar to your other frames, and if it looks weird, that's okay. Have you ever paused a Disney movie? Yeah, exactly. So just draw out your frame. Don't when you're doing in between frames, really just don't worry about it. You can just relax and just draw in between every frame until you've got the right frames. Then after that, I go into Movie Maker and I just put all my frames in there, basically. The first frame I usually make, well, however long you want that to be, but a lot of the times the first frame I'm gonna make it like half a second, so like 0.5 seconds. And then and my last frame is gonna be around 0.5 seconds. And the in-between frames, depending on how many frames I do, I make it 0.05 seconds or 0.03 seconds. The shortest you can make it is 0.03 seconds. So, I don't know if you guys like, sorry to disappoint you guys, but you can't do too many in-betweens. It's possible to do too many. Then you can't fit it all in to the amount of time you want to make it. So, yeah, I really hope this does help, guys. I'm not really good at explaining things, if you couldn't tell. It's really straightforward. You just draw a picture, then you draw another picture, and then you draw pictures in between the pictures, and then you put them in a video, and then it becomes an animation. That's my simple way of putting it.